Hello, it's Jay Frank again with this week's Talk with the GM. I'm going to spend a little bit of time this week talking about a number of topics here at Talking Rock and just kind of information that I want to get out to the general membership and keep you all informed about what's happening here at the club. Today I'm down at the dog park, which is kind of the site of, if you've driven by down here and looked over, you'll see a new fence being constructed. That is the expansion. Finishing touches of the dog park. And I wanted to let members know that in working with Kendra and Clint, we'll be looking at trying to maybe add an area inside of the larger area to kind of segregate our smaller dogs and our larger dogs. But as of right now, the entire structure will be inclusive of all dogs in all areas, and it's expanding quite large. So once we determine the best location for that, the size of that, we'll develop a plan to segregate them. If you do have smaller dogs or dogs that don't do well with others, I'd encourage you to kind of pay attention to the patterns when it's busy and come on over when it slows down a bit. But the dog park expansion is pretty exciting stuff. Also, kind of as I move around here, and I'm going to use my little camera, behind me we have the pickleball courts, and I've been asked, what's going on with pickleball here at the club, and it is changing and it is happening, and definitely even with the impacts of the pandemic and what's going on, it's slowed down a little bit of our construction crew and as far as what they're doing in the timeline. So I'll talk about that here briefly. Sorry about that. I had to stop with a member and a little bit of talk. So I'm back again, standing at the site of pickleball. And, Clint, and it's been announced even by me what the timeline is for pickleball and what are we doing at pickleball. Well, here's the court site. I'm down here right outside of the dog park. You can see behind me this kind of open area that's been scraped. I just spoke with the gentleman from Custom Courts today. He will be on property the last week of May to the first week of June beginning the project. And he anticipates it's going to take approximately 5 to 6 weeks from start to finish. So we should see a finished product down here and a really well-constructed product about mid-July. That's what I'm told. So I'm giving everybody kind of all the actual data and information. They start the end of May. It's a 6-7 week, finish with the grading and all of the different things they have to do, pouring concrete and curing. I guess the curing takes about 30 days once they pour this. So we will finish that. Also up above at the tennis courts, while he's here, we're going to adapt one of the tennis courts into 2 additional pickleball courts that'll be up near the clubhouse. So they'll be on the upper court nearest the road. So again, that'll all happen end of May, 1st of June when they start doing the work on pickleball and that. So we're going to talk about a few other topics. I'm going to kind of drive around, go to some other areas, and I'll be back. Stay with me. Well, here we are back over at the dog park real quickly. Just want to show you the new fence, the new construction and boundaries going on. Obviously, there'll be a little more expansion happening down here, and the dog park is going to get much larger. This side will be more or less, I believe, the side that we will do the smaller dogs and smaller dog area in, but we will keep you posted as I get a little more data on that. Talk to you in a few minutes. Hello everybody, I'm back again. I was going to shoot this first version out at the golf course. It was a little bit too windy, a lot of microphone wind sound, so I'm down here at the patio of the club. I want to give you a couple updates on the golf course. First of all, thank you all for the great comments on the golf videos. We'll do a lot more of those on the golf course, a lot of care. We'll do some etiquette videos as well. But thanks for fixing ball marks and taking the time to do that. Also, a couple of reminders on the golf course. I've had a lot of questions here recently about the cart paths. Are golfers, walkers, who's supposed to be out on the golf course? And really, this is a very important issue, and I'll give you my take on it. Obviously, I can't control where you walk and what you do. I would tell you this, though, if all of our members at the club could avoid the golf areas between golf hours, which would be in the midsummer, 7 a.m. to probably 5 p.m. If we can avoid walking on the cart paths, the paved paths on the golf course during those hours, we will not have golfer walker interactions out there, and it's very dangerous, folks. Those of you that don't play golf, if you're walking on a path, a golfer cannot, even though they think they can, control where their golf ball goes. It can go anywhere at any time, and it's a very dangerous object coming at you. So if you're walking your dog, going for a walk with your family, we all want to get out on this beautiful space. I'd advise you to use the walking paths. We have 14 miles of them. They go everywhere in the community. We have maps in the admin office. Come take a map, go for a walk, enjoy that. Stay off the golf course. If you want to go really early in the morning or late in the evening, that's another story when golfers aren't out there. But I advise you to be real careful. Also, while you're out on a walk, watch out for snakes. They're out. Rattlesnake was sent. A picture was sent to me a couple days ago from a member who found one on his back patio. So be looking in all your areas. Watch out for the dark, hidden spots. They're going to sleep at night, so be real careful when you're out and about. Look down, look around before you touch anything. We don't want anyone having a snake interaction. Lastly, in golf, we're going to talk tomorrow. I'm going to interview Steve. We're going to talk about the singles and twosome process that we have in the morning. It's really unique that we allow folks out ahead of time without making any plans, but we are going to put some changes in place for the singles and twosomes to accommodate that. I would tell you all, if you can play in a group and make it a time, an actual tee time, I'd encourage you to do that. We have a lot of play right now, over 3,000 rounds of golf in the month of April. That's 1,000 more than last year, 1,000 more than any other year in past. That's how many extra people are playing golf and are here right now with families. So in order to manage that, we have to do a little better job of advance notice that you're coming. So stay tuned for that and all the procedures on that. A couple other updates I want to give you. As far as food and beverage goes, know that our food and beverage processes are all in place. We're going to have some minor changes. I did hear the girls say that if you are ordering pizza, we are going to offer that every day of the week that we have outbound food, whether it's hot and ready or a take and bake. So that'll be available, but we must have a day's notice for us to do that. So please, in advance, if you want a pizza, send us a notice in advance. Monday's still taco day at Coops. Tuesdays, we're going to do a burger fry at Coops. So we'll be doing hamburgers very similar to what we did on the patio. And as we get further into the season, we will open up the grill on the patio of the golf shop for other Saturday events. The last thing with food and beverage, our rates are changing daily. We are in kind of an unusual time with the pandemic and food supplies. If you haven't been watching the news, many meat plants are shutting down or being closed right now due to what's going on there. And it's going to impact our ability to get certain things at certain times. Our purveyors are notifying us right now. There may be some impacts. So we'll try to get you as much as we can when we can, but it's also affecting our price. So please be aware that there'll be price fluctuations to a degree. We're trying to keep everything at about our cost. So know that when we put forth a cost, it's right very close to what we pay for it. Lastly, and kind of in conclusion, really pay attention out there driving around the subdivision. Lots of people out and about. The speed limit in here, 25 miles an hour. It's real easy to go 30, 40, 50 on some of these roads. There's a lot of open space, but there's a lot of people out. Please drive 25 miles an hour and keep everyone safe. We're going to watch and monitor all the trucks and traffic, but this is also members as you go. Fitness. In conclusion, the barn has been modified. It has been retrofitted with new equipment, new flooring, new everything. Our goal and our hopes, once Governor Ducey made his announcement today that he was staying shelter at home until the 15th of May, was to open that right after Mother's Day. We're still intending to do that. That's about the time that his order comes into effect. Hopefully we'll have those announcements and that we've turned the tide in Arizona, and we'll open up the barn. But before we do so, we'll announce some dates to walk you through, see the space, do some virtual tours inside. We'll do a virtual walkthrough tour with Andy, and I'll post that if you can't get there, so you can see all the new equipment, new technology, what we do. And hopefully you get a chance to see the barn and what's new in there. Again, stay safe, everybody. Have a great week here at the club. We're trying to make it as simple as we can and user-friendly as we can. Appreciate all the great comments. Note that I really appreciate my team, Chef Richard leading the way with all these great innovations that we have in food and beverage, along with Steve, John, all the girls in the office, Robin, Autumn, Courtney, Carla and her girls at Coops, Andy and Vicky doing fitness. I mean, really, we have an amazing team here. They're the ones pulling off all of these amazing feats. I'm helping guide them and to really keeping everyone positive. So thanks for all the positive comments. Keep them coming in. I share them with the team, and I'll continue to do that. Have a great week here at the club. See you soon.